Hello there, little dreamers. Are you all snuggled in and ready for a story? Good. Let's travel together to a magical forest, a place where a very special flower is about to bloom and a very kind unicorn is about to find her courage.
Our story begins deep, deep in a magical forest, a place where the leaves sparkle like tiny green jewels and the streams whisper the softest lullabies as they flow.
And in this beautiful forest lived a unicorn named Nova. Oh, her coat was as white and soft as a brand new cloud, but she was so very shy that she often hid herself away behind the tallest, droopiest flowers. You see, Nova had a secret. Her horn glowed with the softest, warmest golden light. But unlike the other unicorns who just loved to race and prance and show off their bright, sparkly horns, Nova, well, she preferred the quiet shadows of the whispering willows. She kept her gentle light all to herself, sharing it only with the flickering fireflies at dusk. Then, one beautiful starlit evening, a quiet hush fell over the entire forest. The great elder unicorn, whose voice was as old and wise as the mountains themselves, gathered everyone together. He had a special quest to announce, a quest for the legendary midnight bloom. It's a flower that only blossoms once every 100 years, way, way up on the peak of Misty Mountain.
The elder unicorn's voice rumbled, like soft, sleepy thunder. "The bloom's sweet scent," he said, "brings peaceful dreams to every single creature in our forest. But the path is steep, and the mountain is covered in darkness. So, who among you is brave enough to go and welcome the flower?"
And just like that, whoosh! The bravest, fastest unicorns shot forward. You could hear their hooves thundering like a drum roll as they galloped toward that dark mountain, their manes flying behind them like colorful ribbons in the wind. Every single one of them wanted to be the first to the top.
But not Nova. With her gentle heart, she stayed right where she was. She just watched the other unicorns get smaller and smaller until they disappeared, and a quiet little wish echoed in her heart. Oh, I wish I was brave like them.
Now, as the last little rays of sunlight painted the sky in pink and orange, Nova noticed something. It was something the other unicorns, in their big hurry, had missed completely. It was just a tiny detail, but it was about to change everything.
Right there, at the edge of a chilly stream, was a tiny family of field mice, all huddled together and shivering. Their cozy little nest, made so carefully from twigs and soft moss, had been washed right away by the splashing hooves of the racing unicorns. They were lost and cold, with no place to go.
Nova's heart just ached when she saw them. "Oh, don't you worry," she whispered, her voice as soft as a summer breeze. She lowered her head, and the golden light from her horn shone down. And with that light, she gently, carefully wove a brand new nest from the softest moss and the sweetest smelling grasses. A perfect, cozy little home for the shivering mice.
The littlest mouse looked up at Nova with big, grateful eyes and gave a tiny squeak. "Oh, thank you, kind unicorn, but aren't you going to the mountain? It's getting so very dark. I'm worried your friends might lose their way."
And in that very moment, Nova's heart did a little flip. The mouse was right. Big, dark clouds had covered up the moon, and the path up the mountain was now pitch black. The brave unicorns were fast, of course, but what good is being fast in the dark when you can't see? They needed a light. They needed a guide.
So, Nova didn't race. She didn't gallop. With a new feeling growing in her heart, she began to walk, slow and steady, up the dark slopes of Misty Mountain. And her horn? It became a beautiful beacon, a soft, steady golden light, carving a safe path right through the darkness.
And as she climbed higher, she found them. All the brave, fast unicorns. They were huddled together in a dark ravine, their own bright lights now just flickering weakly. They were lost, and a little bit of fear had crept into their hearts, making all the shadows around them look like big, scary monsters.
But Nova wasn't afraid. Her light was steady and true. She walked right up to the huddled unicorns, and in the quietest, calmest voice, she just said, "Follow me."
She didn't try to be the brightest. She just shared her light, and that showed her quiet strength. One by one, the other unicorns got up and lined up right behind her. Their fear just seemed to melt away in the warmth of her gentle glow.
and together they walked up the rest of the mountain, a little chain of light in the great big darkness.
And because of Nova's quiet courage and her kindness, they all reached the top just as a magical hush fell over the whole mountain. Something wonderful was about to happen.
There, at the very peak, bathed in the soft golden light from Nova's horn, the midnight bloom began to open its velvety, deep purple petals, and a sweet, amazing smell, like stardust and moonbeams, began to drift down from the mountain, carrying peaceful dreams to every sleeping creature in the forest below.
And so, you see, Nova's story teaches us something very important. True strength isn't always about being the fastest or the loudest. Sometimes, the truest brightness comes from finding that special light inside of you and using it to help others find their way when they're lost in the dark.
And now, little one, our story is at its end. Just like all the little creatures in the forest, it's time for you to go on your own journey into the land of sweet dreams.
That's right. Go ahead and close your eyes, little adventure. Snuggle down deep into your warm, cozy bed and just let the gentle waves of sleepiness carry you away to a world full of wonderful dreams.
And just like Nova's magical horn, may all of your dreams be filled with a soft, gentle light, guiding you through a long and peaceful night's rest. Sleep tight, little one.